Hello there. This year I turned 60. That also marks over 3 decades walking alongside patients on their journey to stay healthy through the golden years of life. I'd like to begin today with a simple question. What did you have for breakfast this morning? A slice of toast, a cup of coffee, or maybe nothing at all because you just weren't hungry? I'm not asking to be polite, because what you choose to eat within the first 2 hours of waking up can quietly shape how your legs move, not just today, but years into the future. I remember one of my old patients, Walter. He was 74, slim build, gentle nature, and the first time he sat down in my office, he said, "Doc, I feel like my legs don't belong to me anymore. It's like they're reacting slower than my mind. Every time I walk down the stairs, I feel off balance." Walter didn't have nerve damage, no fractures, no diabetes, but he was experiencing something I call silent muscle loss. It's what happens when we skip breakfast or fill it with empty foods, pastries, sugary lattes, butter, and white bread. I want you to picture a simple boiled egg, humble, plain, but inside it lies a kind of nutrition that older adults desperately need. Leucine, an essential amino acid. It acts like a signal to the body, saying, "Hey, it's time to rebuild those muscles that have been quietly wearing down." You see, after age 50, our ability to synthesize protein starts to decline. Year after year, what was enough for your muscles at age 30 won't cut it anymore at 60. Now, you need more, and you need it at the right time. A whole boiled egg, shell and all, isn't just breakfast. It's a gentle daily therapy for your aging legs. And the yolk, yes, the part many folks used to throw away fearing cholesterol, is exactly where the magic lies. Leucine, vitamin D, B12, choline. Vitamin B12 helps your nerves send messages accurately from brain to legs. Choline, it's like lubrication for your motor nerves. It sharpens your reflexes when you're about to lose balance. Vitamin D supports bones, fights inflammation, and helps you keep that spring in your step. There was even a study out of the University of Birmingham. Older adults who ate whole boiled eggs every morning for 3 months. Result, a 10% increase in leg strength. That kind of strength means you get up from chairs more easily. You walk upstairs with more confidence, and maybe you fall less. Do you remember those mornings when your legs just worked? No hesitation, no tension, just movement, fluid, effortless. That's what muscle and nerve harmony feels like. But after 60, that music starts to go slightly out of tune. Not painful, not dramatic, just a little slower, a little less steady, a little more tiring. One egg a morning might just help you hold on to that harmony a little longer. Now, I know many in our generation grew up fearing eggs. In the 90s, the headlines screamed, "Eggs raise cholesterol, eggs cause heart disease." But science has moved on. Today, large population studies show that for healthy adults, eating 1 to 2 eggs a day does not increase heart risk. In fact, it supports muscle retention, better weight control, and lower fall risk in older adults. My routine? I boil my eggs gently for 9 minutes, firm but not rubbery, then cool them in cold water, easy to peel, easier to digest. Some mornings I eat them with avocado slices or a few cucumber rounds, great for digestion and to boost choline absorption. And if my stomach feels a bit off, I add a splash of apple cider vinegar to the water when boiling. It helps break down the protein more gently. See, you don't need a fancy kitchen or complicated meal plan. Just one boiled egg placed quietly on your plate each morning. It's not just breakfast, it's a message you send to your body. I still care about you. I still want you strong and steady. I still remember Walter after just a few weeks of this new breakfast habit. He returned to my office smiling. "Doc, I'm not afraid of the stairs anymore. That's why I'm here. Sharing this not just as a doctor, but as someone walking the same path as you. Because our legs, yours and mine, don't need much to keep moving, just the right nutrients at the right time. and a little faith that small things done consistently still matter. Slightly unripe bananas, a humble fruit with surprising power for aging legs. I remember once, during a quiet afternoon at a nursing home, a sweet elderly lady leaned in and whispered to me, "Doctor, my legs don't listen to me anymore. I take just a few steps, and they tremble like I'm about to fall, but I'm not ready to use a cane just yet." I looked at her, then down at the soft golden banana she was holding in her hand, the kind most of us would call perfectly ripe. And gently I said, "Next time, try one that isn't quite ripe. Still a bit firm, slightly green at the tips. You might feel a difference." You see, it's in that in-between stage, not fully ripe, slightly firm, pale yellow with a hint of green, that bananas contain the highest levels of resistant starch. Resistant starch doesn't break down in the small intestine like sugar. Instead, it travels to the large intestine, where it feeds the good bacteria, helping your body better absorb magnesium, zinc, and iron, all crucial for muscle recovery and proper nerve signaling to your legs. But that's just the beginning. Slightly unripe bananas are also rich in potassium, a natural electrolyte that helps muscles contract smoothly, easing leg cramps, tingling, and that heavy, tired feeling in the calves. Even more, they offer a good dose of vitamin B6, which I like to call the movement coordinator. It helps your body make serotonin and dopamine, brain chemicals that don't just lift your mood, but also fine-tune your movements, coordination, and balance. I often tell my patients, if you wake up feeling stiff or crampy after a light walk, try a slightly unripe banana and pair it with Greek yogurt or oats, so you get both the carbs and protein your muscles need to bounce back. Another favorite, slice the banana, roast it lightly with a dab of almond butter, sprinkle a pinch of cinnamon. It's delicious and helps stabilize blood sugar too. And here's a tip I picked up from a Japanese nutritionist. Peel the banana from the bottom, not the stem. It preserves the soft white fibers, rich in antioxidants and prebiotic fiber. If your digestion allows, try blending a small piece of the peel into your morning smoothie. Its gentle anti-inflammatory effects might surprise you. Sometimes one small banana, chosen at just the right stage, can make a big difference in how your legs feel each morning. Because in life, it's not always the good things that keep you steady. It's the small choices, done quietly and consistently, every morning, every day. Oats and chia seeds, the unsung support crew for stronger, more flexible legs. After 60, I have an old friend named Joe. He's 68 now, used to work as an aircraft mechanic. One morning he called me and said, "Frank, I've been keeping up with my workouts, but lately my legs get tired. Sometimes I walk just a few steps and they already feel heavy. Not painful, just weak. Maybe this is just age catching up." I smiled on the other end of the line and said, "Not at all, Joe. You're just missing the support crew your legs need each day." You see, keeping our legs strong isn't just about muscles and nerves. It's also about what's happening quietly in the background: chronic inflammation, missing nutrients, and slower recovery after sleep. And for that, there are two humble powerhouses that rarely get the spotlight: oats and chia seeds. Start with oats, especially rolled or steel-cut. They're packed with beta-glucan, a type of fiber I like to call the peacekeeper. It helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce silent inflammation, not the kind that hurts, but the kind that slowly saps your muscle elasticity, energy, and bounce-back ability. Oats also deliver magnesium, iron, and a gentle dose of plant-based protein, all of which support smoother muscle contraction and energy regulation after a long night's rest. But don't stop there. Add chia seeds. Just 1 tablespoon offers a surprising load of omega-3s, calcium, and potassium, essential for nerve signaling, preventing cramps, and supporting your joints. The omega-3s in chia reduce minor aches, improve blood flow to muscles and joints, especially helpful for those who wake up stiff or with cold feet. Here's how I do it. I cook my oats with warm water or nut milk, then stir in chia during the last minute. As the seeds expand into a soft gel, they begin working their magic, supporting digestion, balancing cholesterol, and enhancing mineral absorption in the gut. Busy mornings? No problem. Prep it the night before. Mix oats, chia, and almond milk in a jar. By morning, you've got a ready-to-go breakfast. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon, a few blueberries, or a thin slice of fresh ginger, and you've built yourself a soothing, anti-inflammatory meal. I often tell my patients, strong legs don't come from the gym. They come from the quiet, consistent breakfasts you give yourself every day. And when you start your mornings with oats and chia, you're not just feeding your body, you're gifting it sustainable energy, smoother movement, and a recovery system built to last beyond your years. There's something most people overlook. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, our body quietly slips into a state called catabolism, where muscle tissue, especially in the legs, starts breaking down. When you're young, recovery is quick, but after 60, that muscle loss becomes more noticeable, especially in the lower body. That's why your first meal of the day matters more than you think. It needs to be rich in protein, easy to digest, and supportive of your gut. And that's where Greek yogurt shines. Unlike regular yogurt, Greek yogurt is strained to remove excess whey, making it richer in protein, especially casein, a slow-digesting protein that nourishes your muscles steadily throughout the morning. But there's more. Greek yogurt also contains probiotics, friendly gut bacteria that help your body absorb calcium, magnesium, and even protein from the rest of your meals. Here's what I often do. I mix 1 small cup of Greek yogurt with a few slices of slightly unripe banana, a handful of berries, or a sprinkle of walnuts. It's delicious, and it supports muscle repair, nerve coordination, and stable blood sugar all in one go. Just 1 small bowl in the morning, yet it provides the strength to rise more confidently, walk more steadily, and stay energized throughout your day. Fatty fish, the quiet companion that keeps you steady and strong. I remember once asking a gentleman in his 70s, "Sir, how do you still manage to walk 3 kilometers every morning without getting tired?" He gave me a gentle smile and said, "Because I eat fatty fish 3 times a week. Not because I love it, but because I treat it like medicine, only it tastes better than medicine." I simply nodded, because he was right. When people think of muscle-building foods, they often picture red meat or protein powders. But for those of us over 60, our bodies don't just need the raw material to build muscle. We also need the catalysts that carry nerve signals, reduce silent inflammation, and support microscopic recovery. That's why fatty fish, like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, is worth its weight in gold. Fatty fish is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA, which are absolutely essential as we age. EPA helps calm chronic inflammation, the kind you don't feel, but the kind that quietly stiffens your joints and drains your energy. DHA supports neuromuscular communication, helping signals from your brain reach your legs clearly, reducing that "my legs won't listen to me" feeling, or missteps us on the stairs. And that's not all. Fatty fish also contains vitamin D and B12, a golden duo that supports tired legs, tremors, weakened reflexes, and even bone loss. In fact, a Dutch study found that adults over 65 who ate fatty fish 2 to 3 times a week had better leg strength, improved ability to rise from low chairs, and a 35% lower risk of falls. The good news? You don't need fancy recipes. A simple fillet of salmon, lightly seasoned with lemon juice, salt, and pepper, pan-seared for 5 minutes each side, is more than enough. Busy? No worries. Canned sardines or mackerel, packed in olive oil or water, are excellent too. Spread them on whole grain toast, pair with avocado or a fresh salad. Quick, simple, delicious. I often tell my patients, think of omega-3s like engine oil for your body. Without them, the machine still runs, but sluggishly and with more breakdowns. And remember that gentleman I mentioned earlier? Last year, he slipped on the stairs, but guess what? He didn't break any bones. His reflexes kicked in, his muscles stayed strong, and when he came back for a follow-up, he smiled and said, "Good thing I kept eating my fish. My legs may be aging, but they haven't retired yet." So if you're worried about unsteady steps or feeling off balance going downstairs, don't just chalk it up to getting old. Try adding fatty fish to your breakfast or lunch 2 times a week, because lasting strength isn't about luck. It's about wise choices, starting with the food on your plate. Avocado. Soft to the touch, strong for your joints and nerves. There's something I often tell my patients. Not all fats are bad. In fact, some fats are the key to keeping your legs moving smoothly, and the humble avocado, soft, creamy, rich, is a perfect example. You see, after age 60, our knees, ankles, and ligaments begin to complain about movements that once came easily. Not always because the joints are old, but often because the synovial fluid, that natural lubricant inside the joints, starts to dry up, or because the nerves around those joints become inflamed, leading to stiffness or aching. That's when your body deserves a little gift, an avocado in the morning. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the good kind of fat, the kind that supports your heart, brain, and most importantly, your joints. These fats help nourish the cells that make up your joints, keeping the fluid around them healthy, like greasing the hinges each day. They're also packed with vitamin E, a natural anti-inflammatory. Older adults low in vitamin E often struggle with aching hands, stiff knees, or numbness after sitting too long. And don't forget the potassium and magnesium in avocados, two minerals that help muscles contract and relax properly and keep nerve signals firing smoothly. One more thing, avocados actually help your body absorb choline from eggs. So if you eat them together at breakfast, it's the perfect combo, especially if your legs feel shaky or you lose balance easily. I like to mash half an avocado with a little lemon and sea salt, spread it on whole grain toast with a boiled egg on top. Or, if you have time, blend it into a smoothie with nut milk, chia seeds, and a few slices of slightly green banana, a creamy morning treat that quietly nourishes your knees and muscles. I remember a 63-year-old woman who once told me, "Doctor, I can't squat anymore. My knees just lock up." We didn't start with medication, just a simple plan: eggs, oats, fatty fish, and half an avocado each morning. 3 months later, she came back smiling. "I can kneel in the garden again, no more pain." You see, no strong drugs, no injections, just quiet nourishment each morning, and your joints will thank you in their own silent, steady way. Avocado, soft, gentle, silky, but truly the quiet guardian of every movement you hold dear. You know something? One of the quiet signs of aging is waking up with cold feet, not because it's winter, not because the room is chilly, just cold from the inside out. Or that stiff, tight feeling in your legs and joints every morning when it takes a few laps around the house just to feel normal again. Sound familiar? If you've ever felt that way, it might be your body gently asking for a little warmth from within. And in my experience, nothing offers that gentle warmth quite like fresh ginger, that spicy little root that both traditional and modern medicine agree on, especially for us older folks. Ginger is a natural anti-inflammatory. Inside, it holds compounds like gingerol and shogal, which help open up blood vessels, improving circulation to your feet and calves, reduce mild inflammation in joints and muscles, easing that heaviness, that stiffness when you move, support digestion so your body can better absorb the vitamins and minerals you take in. I often tell my patients, start your morning with just one slice of fresh ginger. Not much, just enough. but make it a habit. You can shave a thin slice into warm water, squeeze in a bit of lemon and honey, sip it before breakfast. Add a few slices while cooking your morning oats. It brings a warm scent and eases digestion. Even blend it into your smoothie with banana or avocado for a warm belly, warm feet kind of start. I once cared for a 75-year-old woman who had mild joint pain, but hated the idea of taking pills. Every morning, I had her drink a small cup of ginger tea and eat a breakfast with boiled eggs and avocado. 2 months later, she told me with a smile, "Doctor, I can stand up from my chair without holding on, and my toes, they're not ice cold anymore." You see, ginger isn't medicine, but it reaches the roots: mild inflammation, poor circulation, sluggish digestion, the quiet things that hold our bodies back as we age. And sometimes just one slice of ginger each morning is enough. Enough to keep your legs from feeling heavy, enough to bring warmth back into your steps. Growing older doesn't always call for strong medicine. Often it simply asks for wise choices, made gently, made daily, and something as small as a piece of ginger can nourish your entire body's ability to move. You know, there's something I often share with my older patients. Muscles are just the surface. The real root lies here in your nervous system and brain. If the signal slows down, your legs will weaken even before the muscles begin to fade. And to nourish that root system every single day, I put my trust in walnuts. Walnuts are one of the rare nuts. There are nuts that, if you look closely, resemble the shape of a human brain. And interestingly enough, they're truly good for it. Just one small handful of walnuts packs in omega-3 ALA, a powerful anti-inflammatory fat that supports nerve signaling, helping your brain control movement more smoothly. Choline and vitamin B6, both crucial for producing neurotransmitters like acetylcholine, which you need for balance, coordination, and quick reflexes. Magnesium and zinc, to reduce muscle cramps, improve sleep, and support nervous system recovery as you rest. I always tell my patients, walnuts won't make you feel different overnight, but after a few weeks, you might notice you trip less, stand up easier, and even forget things less often. And the best part? They're so simple to use. Every morning, eat 3 to 5 walnuts with some Greek yogurt, or sprinkle them over warm oatmeal. Blend them with banana and avocado for a rich, brain-boosting smoothie, or mix them into overnight oats with chia seeds if your mornings are busy. Just 3 to 4 times a week, first thing in the morning, and you're building a quiet but powerful shield for your brain and motor nerves. I had a 66-year-old patient once. He used to wake up with numb feet, felt off balance every time he stepped into an elevator. 2 months of consistent walnuts combined with boiled eggs, Greek yogurt, and a little ginger each morning. He came back and told me, smiling, "Doc, I feel like the signal's back in my legs. Maybe I won't need that cane just yet." You see, a small handful of nuts, what many call just a snack, can actually help stabilize your walk, preserve your balance, and protect every step you take. Growing older doesn't require more. It just asks for what's right. And walnuts? They're one of the right choices. Simple, gentle, and quietly powerful. If you were to ask me, "Doctor, I'm not in serious pain, but in the mornings my knees feel stiff, my lower back aches a little, and it takes a few steps before I feel normal again. Is there something gentle I can try, something other than pills?" I wouldn't reach for a prescription right away. Instead, I'd say, try turmeric, not in capsule form, but in your breakfast, a little each day. You see, turmeric contains curcumin, a natural compound with powerful anti-inflammatory effects. After 60, our joints, cartilage, and ligaments start to wear down quietly, even without injury. That slow wear and tear leads to low-grade inflammation, which can show up as stiff knees after sitting for a while, legs that feel sluggish even when your energy seems fine, that little crunching or cracking sound in your knees or ankles, and curcumin helps ease these symptoms. Gently, naturally, without irritating your stomach like many anti-inflammatory drugs do. Here's how I recommend it. Stir 1/3 teaspoon of turmeric powder into a glass of warm water in the morning with a bit of honey and a few drops of olive oil. This helps your body absorb it better. Or mix turmeric into your oatmeal, mashed boiled eggs, or blend it into a smoothie with avocado, banana, and fresh ginger. Just a little turmeric every morning, and you're quietly soothing your joints from within. You're preserving the flexibility in your knees, ankles, and hips without ever reaching for medication. Small habits, repeated daily, that's how we keep moving with strength and grace, even as the years go by. And just like that, you and I have walked through 9 simple breakfast foods, familiar perhaps, but quietly powerful allies for your legs, your nerves, and your strength in these golden years, from boiled eggs rich in leucine and B12 to Greek yogurt that gently feeds your muscles before you're fully awake, then avocado, ginger, fatty fish, walnuts, and golden turmeric. Each one plays a role in helping you stand strong, move with ease, and stay steady on your feet. Growing older doesn't require a miracle. It simply asks for a few wise choices, repeated each morning with care and intention, and through those choices we can quietly resist muscle loss, joint stiffness, and the slow drift of aging from within. If you found these insights helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend, a loved one, or a neighbor who's stepping into their 60s, because sometimes a single well-chosen breakfast can change the way we move through the years ahead. I'll see you in the next video, where together we'll keep walking this journey, step by steady step, into the strength and grace of our golden years.